Howdy, folks. Welcome to another great masterclass that we have planned for y'all today. My name is Jeremy Goldsberry. I'm the client marketing manager here at RepeatMD. I'm just going to be here to give our speaker today a quick little intro. I know y'all are here to learn about, memberships, and frankly, there isn't a better person to learn from. Today's speaker, we have Leisa Krauss. Leisa is a fantastic consultant that's been in the industry for over 30 years, helping hundreds of practices, thousands of clients helping the practices really turn their one-time patients into that loyal recurring revenue through those smart membership designs and programs, right? So she is the queen when it comes to this. She knows what makes a program, what makes a membership, make members actually want to stay in there and, stay with it and be excited with it. And she knows what kills retention for poor memberships, right? So if you're experiencing either or, like, hey, I'm just getting started with memberships, I don't know how to start or where to begin, or like, hey, we have memberships, but we're starting to have a drop off here. Well, hey, you're in the right place. This is the place to be, because today she's going to break down how to build these tiered programs that stick, and then also, go through, what to do, how to provide that value to keep your patients engaged and lasting in that membership. So, that's enough for me. You're going to have a lot more great information from Leisa. Leisa, come on out here. Say hi.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah. You sound great.
I love it. Well, I'm super excited to be here. This is one of my favorite things to do as master classes, along with the workshops that you and I are doing, which I am loving every minute of. We're going to talk, I think, a little bit more about that at the end. Are we?
Oh, good. Yeah, I hope so. Because guys, I don't know if you know this, there's like free time that you get with Leisa or myself when it comes to working on your RepeatMD app, your memberships, whatever you need help with. That's what we do every single day. So if you don't know about that yet, you're missing out, and we'll get you set up today.
Absolutely. I am so excited. These are always one of my favorite things. You're one of my favorite folks to do this with. You and Elise, I get to partner up with, and we get to share some knowledge, drop some knowledge, and hopefully we can get some folks lighten up our chat eventually.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just excited to give these tips and pearls, because we know that memberships are such a massive part of our industry in the last 5 to 8 years for sure, and full steam ahead. I feel like if we don't have a membership, we need to be creating one. Okay, so that's what we're going to go through today. So Jeremy, thank you so much. I see we've got slide deck shared here. Super excited.
Oh, yeah.
Going to drop some pearls of wisdom. We've got membership revenue machine today, designing tiered programs that stick. And that's really what I hear a lot of in my master classes, or my workshops actually, that folks are saying, oh, I've got this membership, but it's not working as well for me. And I've got some pearls and tips for how you can maybe revamp memberships if you need to, or if you're just starting out creating memberships. So we're gonna kick this off and get going on this.
Shall we do this, Leisa? Leisa, you go ahead, you dive in, business bestie. I'm gonna get out of here. But guys, since I'm gone, I will be in the chat. I'll be monitoring the chat. Make sure you guys light it up, because that makes it a lot more fun for everybody. Say hi in the chat, say where you're from, and interact with Leisa a little bit throughout this. Makes it a lot more fun. So see y'all later. I'll be back at the end.
Thanks so much, Jeremy. Appreciate you. So guys, I will go over a little bit about me. I am a business and profit strategist in our industry. I have done this for 30 years in our glorious industry, and I am better known by my Instagram handle, which is the Bitchin' Beautician. Most people don't know my actual name is Leisa Krauss. It's more the Bitchin' Beautician is what I am known by. I have a podcast that is members only. It is a Scalpel of Truth. Hi, Julie. So excited. Scalpel of Truth podcast. And it is a members only podcast. I've treated thousands of patients in clinic, 30,000 plus. I have really worked with hundreds of clinics on building a revenue or recurring revenue and practices from the ground up, and specializing in that membership success and scaling practices to 7 figures. I have most recently taken on a position with RepeatMD that is a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more full-time, to do workshops and masterclasses to make sure that you are utilizing the RepeatMD app as to the maximum. And what we're finding is people are underutilizing the app. So these workshops are for you. These are paid for by RepeatMD. If I was to charge outside of RepeatMD, these are thousands of dollars. And so this is covered for you. So we're going over this today. And of course, home office, you're going to hear my dog hopefully not bark too much during this session. So the agenda today is structuring our memberships that patients are going to love, protecting our profit margins. Hi, Victoria. And we're going to go over reducing churn rate with retention strategies and promoting an events. So how are we going to promote these memberships when we create them? Hi, Kevin. So excited. So membership building 101, the truth about recurring revenue and why practices struggle. That's what I'm heading into first and foremost. So we are going to go over the 4 common reasons that practices are struggling. Okay. So really excited. Lack of value. This is one of the things that we see on repeat. So patients aren't seeing the clear benefit or return on investment. We're not showing the exclusive perks within our memberships. And sometimes it's a poor choice of services or not enough services. Yes, Joseph, we are going to be recording this. It will be available for rewatch. Absolutely. So also, memberships that don't follow best practices. So sometimes I do a membership audit and somebody's like, oh my gosh, the memberships aren't working for me. And here I look and they've got 6 or 7 memberships. So sometimes we've got too many memberships. And so sometimes that causes that patient paralysis analysis, right? And then patients not having an alignment with our pricing structure for memberships. I'm going to go over a deep dive on pricing that works really well for memberships and that sweet spot of where our memberships are falling every single month for commitment. Then memberships not following best practices in not using key features. The key features that Repeat MD offers for sign-up bonuses and our milestone bonuses. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. And then a lack of promotion. Another reason that practices struggle is because they'll say, well, my memberships aren't doing well. Again, I'll go in and do an audit. It's not on their social media. It's not on their website. They haven't been emailing their database about it. They're not sending out text messages about it. There's no presence in the clinic about it. So it's like, oh, your memberships aren't doing well because nobody knows you have one. And so a lack of promotion. So not using all of the different channels to market that membership. And then one of the biggest things that I see is poor team training. So teams with a lack of understanding of why it's important to offer memberships, why it's important to talk about them in our consultations. So it's that the staff is unsure how to pitch the benefits naturally. They don't want to feel salesy. This often leads to missed opportunities during consultations. So I'm going to go over a deep dive on those things. So those are 4 of the top common reasons why practices struggle to sell memberships. So we are going to do a deeper dive on the actual financial impact that memberships have on your practice. So there's 3 key financial practice pillars that I want to go over. So this is part of my consulting and profit strategies and things like that I do. So going over the 3 pillars of financial income into the practice. The first pillar is going to be your a la carte service menu. This is going to be the highest profit margin that you have and the biggest profit margin that you are going to get. So this is your a la carte services. This is not a part of packages or bundles or anything. These are one-off treatments, should be your highest profit margin. Okay. And sometimes folks, we need to reevaluate what our service menu is when we're bringing in memberships, because sometimes we need to raise our prices for a la carte. Okay. So we've got that full profit margin that we're asking for. The second pillar is front loaded revenue. So front load revenue is basically our packages, our promotions, and our bundles. That's money that is coming in lump sum to the practice. So we've got first pillar, highest profit margin. Second pillar is going to be front loaded revenue. Your third pillar for financial pillars to the practice is going to be your recurring revenue. That's going to be your memberships. So we want recurring revenue, upfront revenue, and then highest profit margin. Okay. So those are some verbiage and terminologies that I am going to be using throughout this presentation. So then we want to know the distribution of purchases. So a healthy practice, if you are looking to sell your practice to private equity or whatever, we want a healthy practice. So a healthy practice has a distribution of purchases. So an average med spa in today's day and age has roughly active patient database between 300 and 1,500 active patients. Active patients we consider to be around being with you for approximately a year. They've seen you within that year. They're an active patient. Okay. So the first pillar is going to be our a la carte. 30% of your total database should still be paying a la carte prices. So not everybody's going to be on your membership, because then all you did was just lower your prices for a la carte, right? You just lowered your service menu. So we still want 30% of our database to purchase that highest profit margin, okay? Then in the second spot for pillar number 2, we've got packages or bundles, that front-loaded revenue. We want at least 30% of our database, our patient demographic, 30% of those to be under pillar number 2, and then 40% under pillar number 3. So recurring revenue. This is where we know that if we have a certain amount of members at a certain amount of price point, every single month we've got payroll covered, we have got our laser payments covered. So we start being able to know that we bank on this and we're not starting from zero every single month. So that is a healthy distribution of purchases. So looking at memberships are a practice growth tool, okay? So I said 300 to 1,500 active patients in a database. So if you take that range and then you take your percentages, I just want to show you what type of growth that you can expect from an average price point membership. So if we take a look, let's take our 300, our smallest category, 300 people in our database. If 30% or 90 patients are doing a la carte, 30% and 90 patients are doing bundles or packages, we've got 40%. So say we have 120 members out of our 300 active database. If you take an average of $149 a month, you can see that your monthly recurring revenue is just under 20K a month. And then annually recurring revenue, just under that, is just over 200K in a year. So you can see by this, when we actually take a deep dive and look at the numbers, this is what you can get excited about, is the more people you have in your membership, then you can count on that monthly recurring revenue and your annual recurring revenue. You can start then giving bonuses easier. You can give raises easier. So this is why memberships are a really big part of a healthy practice, okay? So let's take a look at the most popular types of memberships, because there's many different types of memberships out there. So there is the popular talks membership. Now this has been historically a very popular membership, is now starting to be less popular with the adoption of beauty banks. Beauty banks are basically where you are doing a savings plan or a layaway plan with perks and benefits. Okay, so they're unlocking some savings, they get all of their money, and it applies to all of your service menu. Then you've got tier-based memberships. So tiered memberships are basically that notorious silver, gold, platinum, and with, $99, $149, $199, you're starting to step up your tiers. You're also stepping up your savings, and maybe you've got 3 treatments to choose from in each tier that they get to pick from every single month. That would be a typical tiered membership. Then you've got treatment-specific memberships. Treatment-specific are maintenance optimization plans. So say someone purchased an M-Sculpt Neo package of 8 treatments, and after their package is done, we want to get them onto a maintenance optimization plan. This is where they get maybe 2 treatments a month or something like that to maintain those results at a certain price point. Okay, so those are specific treatment based. Then we've got weight loss memberships. Weight loss memberships, massive in the last few years. That's our GLP-1s. They sometimes come with B12 shots or supplements, IVs. Some of them come with a meal plan or an exercise plan, depending on the type of weight loss membership you have and depending on what type of staff or service providers that you have in order to be able to provide those treatments. Okay, so those are some of the most popular types of memberships out there. So with memberships, biggest thing that I want to get across, and you'll hear myself and Adam Haroon preach about this, is stop saying the word discount. Lick that bar of soap every single time you go to say the word discount. You only say savings, okay? So your membership needs to feel like a membership to a country club, okay? It is not a discount club. You are not a discount provider. You are not selling discounted treatments, and you don't have discount equipment, okay? Your injectables aren't discounted, right? You are not bargain bin basement. Stop saying the word discount. Say the word savings, okay? So when we get through that, I want to talk about the pearls and protecting our profit margins, because this is one of the biggest things that I see as a profit strategist in building memberships for folks, is we are not protecting profit margins. We're giving too much away. away, or we're not giving enough away, and we don't know how to build memberships from a profit standpoint. So first thing you need to know is your cost of goods. You need to make sure that you know your consumables, your tech time, all of that needs to be taken into consideration on your profit margins when you're developing a membership. Then the more tiers you have, the more expected savings that a patient expects to have. Then the more also that patient analysis paralysis goes on and staff confusion. If you've got 5 different scaled types of tiers, it takes a while for somebody to be able to go through that in a consultation. And then your patient all of a sudden is really confused. They don't know. And a confused mind does not buy. Okay. So the more tiers you have, I top out at 3. In fact, I love a 1-tiered membership. I absolutely love a 2-tiered membership, like an essentials and an elite. So you can say it's either 10% off or 15% off, depending on what you want. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about those safe savings range. We need to be very safe with the savings that we're giving. The safety range with savings are around that 5 to 20% approximately. I love between 5 and 15%, and then saving the 20% or up to flash sales, 25, 30% if it's like a fire sale that you are using for flash sales or member only promotions. So your safety savings range is around that 5 to 20%. Then avoid deep savings on low margin services and avoid deal stacking. Okay. So you want to make sure if they have a membership, we have to be careful what else they get to stack deals on, because all of a sudden we got no profit left. We're eroding our profit margins, and then we're in trouble. We can't keep the doors open, right? So we need to be mindful. We need to be strategic and smart about these. So biggest thing is when we're introducing a membership, it is the best time to raise your a la carte prices. Okay. Great time. Hey, we needed to raise our prices. Our filler prices have gone up. Our, heat and energy in the building have gone up. Everything is going up. So our prices need to go up, but we're so excited because we can still offer you to trade loyalty for savings by going with our membership. Okay. So price range of memberships, the ones that do the best that I have seen across the board are the $99 to $199 a month if you have an aesthetic membership. Our weight loss memberships, I've seen them do well anywhere from $350 upwards of $750. Now, $750 is very steep for a monthly payment for a weight loss membership, but these are the ones that are including aesthetic services, right? Because when we talk about a weight loss membership to our patients, we also want to say, hey, I'm super excited for you to get on this weight loss program. But one thing that I would be remiss if I did not share with you is you are going to I want you to have that skinny, fit body, eating all the protein, but your face is going to take a beating. Okay. The fat pad's in your face. So you're going to have a skinny body, and we don't want you to have an old ass face. Okay. So how are we incorporating into our weight loss membership some aesthetic treatments? Okay. So that we are battling that as they lose weight. So commitment time frame, the other pearl that you need to think about. I love a commitment frame of 6 to 12 months. That's typical for Canada, and that's where I'm located. I'm in Western Canada. Canadian memberships are typically 6 to 12 months. I know in the US, our counterparts in the US, usually it's between a 3-month and a 12-month. It's a variety and quite a wide range. The only thing with having a membership that is less than 6 months, say you've got a 3-month membership. Now, if you do a Botox membership for 3 months, they're going to need Botox lasts 3 months to 4 months. So they're going to be coming in anyway. So you don't really need to give them a loyalty savings, right? And so we need to just be mindful. And if you've got, say you're doing packages, you could buy a package of 3 of these and get a savings, or you could do our membership and it's 3 months. Well, if patients are buying a package of 3, typically they're coming in every 4 to 6 weeks. So if you don't have a lot of differentiation between your packages and your membership, sometimes you tend to cannibalize both. Okay. So commitment time we need to take into consideration. Then you want to drive people to purchase in the app. So any of your print collateral, your reception display, your scheduling, your designing your draws or your barrel, your drum barrel, every single month, you're going to pull a name out of that. So you're going to decide all of these different things around your membership. And I'm going to do a deeper dive on some of this in slides coming up. Okay. So we have to decide what our membership is going to be. What type of membership do we want? Okay. Beauty banks, again, by far are the easiest for the patient to say yes, because strategically they are unlocking savings basically on everything on your service menu or close to it. It's also a really easy one. As a service provider for many, many years, hands-on in clinic myself with patients, I will tell you, I need a membership that's going to give me flexibility to match up with my treatment plan. Because if I do a treatment plan, because I'm not going to do a cookie cutter treatment plan, I'm a professional, I am going to do here's what this patient presents with. If they're presenting with a little bit of rosacea, a little bit of pigment, some acne, maybe some aging, I need them to be able to get a membership to unlock the specific treatments I want for them. So again, a beauty bank, very flexible. So taking into consideration our cost of goods. The other thing when you adopt a membership, when done correctly, is a massive growth tool. So what capacity do we have to take on members? What are we going to assess for our hours of operation and our availability? Do we need to hire somebody? Maybe our staff, our current service providers, maybe they're at 70 or 80% capacity. Well, that's going to be pretty difficult for them to take on new members if we are full capacity. Maybe we take on a new hire and we put memberships in with some of the membership perks and benefits go with that new hire, right? Usually the new hire, their schedule looks a bit like Swiss cheese, lots of holes in it, right? So we want to fill that person up. So the next thing, how many tiers are we going to have and what are the names going to be? I know that historically we've done a lot of gold, silver, platinum, and things like that. I love naming something like an essentials and an elite. So you hit the essentials. Essential is essential. Everybody needs it. Okay. So that could be layer number 1 or tier number 1. Then your elite is going to capture the folks that are like, oh, I am investing in my skin and I want this elite program because I unlock more perks and benefits, more savings. Okay. And then what are the savings? What are the perks? What are the benefits? All right. So do we have birthday benefits? Do we have sign-up bonuses? Do we have milestone bonuses? And if we do, what do those look like? What are our savings going to be? Are we going to have tier 1 is going to be a 5%? Maybe tier 2 is a 10% off. Tier 3, we have to be very careful. Again, not tipping the scale on how much profit. What is our term? Are we doing a 6-month membership, a 3-month membership? Maybe we need to assess the memberships we already have and archive a few of them and streamline them down, right? What are we going to do for monthly draws? Every month we should have a draw for members. Or you could also do a monthly draw that is for everybody who's an app user. Please piggyback off of the idea. With Repeat MD, Repeat MD gives away every quarter $10,000 to one lucky winner who is an app user and is purchasing in the app. You can do that at a clinic level by saying, hey, we do a draw every single month for one lucky app user who's purchasing in the app, and you get 1 ballot per purchase. Then if you're a member, you get double the ballots. You always want to be steering people to why it pays to be a member with your practice. What are the perks, benefits, and savings? So do a monthly draw. Now, with monthly draws, I will tell you, I love if we can think out of the box and do a monthly draw on something that is not a product or service. If it is a product or service, the service needs to be low consumable cost, high perceived value, and consumable costs covered by your vendors or your reps. And then 2, if you're giving away product, maybe you sign it up with your product rep that, hey, twice a year, I want to give my members a kit of your products. So let's negotiate that. I carry your products. I need you to support me in my membership, and you need to give me a kit so I'm not out of pocket to give as a gift or a draw from my membership only draw. So the other thing, do things outside of your practice for a draw. I love the Repeat MD Louis Vuitton giveaway, and maybe that's in your budget, maybe it's not. Maybe you give away a Louis Vuitton wallet instead of a purse, right? Maybe you give away a Dyson blow dryer that you buy at Costco because it is a write-off and it is bougie, right? Maybe you're going to give away an air fryer. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you're giving away. I love to give away things that are outside of the practice, because if somebody wins, say the draw is for a total transformation package. If they get the total transformation package, all of a sudden they don't need any treatments from me and they're not going to be purchasing from me for 3 months. Okay. So be careful what you're putting in for a draw. Okay. And then training of your team, joining these workshops, master classes, all the different things. I do a membership masterclass that you'll these are all, again, covered by Repeat MD. Sign up for these. We're here to help you. So decide on your membership. And when we look at it for different tiers, it's very easy if the tiers are between that 99 and the 199 a month. And if you unlock only, entry level at $99 a month, entry level money, entry level savings. Next tier, $149 a month, you're jumping to around that 10% savings. $199 a month, 15% savings. And I will tell you, you don't need to jump up in savings on everything. I love looking at a dollar amount when you look at injectables. Now, some states, pardon me, and provinces here in Canada, if you are in a province or state that is governed by, a governing body in Canada, it's the College of Physicians and Surgeons. They don't like us putting sales on for class 1 drugs, which is our tox, or medical devices, which is our filler. So sometimes we need to work around what we are giving promotional pricing on, right? And so sometimes our injectables, instead of giving like 10 to 15% off on injectables, that starts to eat into profit margin. Maybe think of doing a dollar amount. So maybe it's $1 off tox. Maybe it's $25 off a filler. Okay. Instead of that percentage off. So sometimes, again, reevaluating your price points and your promotional pricing for savings. So these are some of the different, levels or price points for levels. It's very easy in a consultation as well, when you're talking about memberships to a patient, to say, it starts at $99, but for only $50 more, you unlock this. And then for only $50 more on that, you unlock all this. So keep in mind, the more tiers you have, the more savings the patient expects to get. Okay. So again, keeping that in mind. So milestone bonuses and sign-up bonuses. Team, one of my favorite things to talk about. So sign-up bonuses, whether it's going to be a product or a service, you should have some sort of sign-up bonus. I'm going to go into some examples of sign-up bonuses and then milestone bonuses. This is why I absolutely love a membership that is like 6 to 12 months, because you can do at 6 months, you're going to do a 3-month bonus, right? Maybe that's going to be $25, $50 a repeat cash. Maybe that's going to be a express diamond glow. Maybe that's going to be a lip laze. Maybe it's going to be a product like a sunscreen. You're going to have something partway through. That's why 6 to 12 months is good. You're going to have that milestone bonus. And then maybe you're going to do a milestone bonus outside of, maybe it's a 6-month membership. You're going to do it outside of the membership time frame at 7 months. And they're going to unlock something if they stay longer in that membership. So that's going to help combat your churn rates. So when we talk about a sign-up bonus or a milestone bonus, these are my top tips here. I want you to make sure you're taking into consideration and doing it quick and dirty in 30 minutes or less. Okay. So it cannot eat up a lot of time in your schedule. Then if it is a treatment, you want it low consumable cost, high perceived value. You want no downtime. Okay. People do not want downtime for a sign-up bonus. You want all Fitzpatrick skin types to be able to get it, and you want to lean on vendor support. Now, the other thing I will tell you is having some sort of sign-up bonus at your front reception area. I love doing a plexiglass box. I love having something that looks like a present. Now, I think you can all still see me. Oh, I got my background on. Maybe you can't see this. Well, if you can see, there's a package here, and then you can also see, maybe not so well. You want to have something that looks like a package or looks like a gift. Okay, it could be a small, medium, large. In that, you're going to maybe do a little bag of skincare samples, maybe. And I have done so many of these things for my clients. I have done slippers. I have done beer koozies. I have done silk sleep masks, silk pillowcases. We have done little Prosecco and little mints in the shape of lips. Do something that is a gift at your front desk. And yes, this is on you. This is outside of the Repeat MD app, but you're going to have, hey, this is our sign-up bonus, just like the Sephora marketing. When it's your birthday, you get to go, you get to pick out of the little glass case, and we're super excited because it's behind glass. These are all sales psychology tricks, tips, and pearls. So if you've got a plexiglass box, you've got a beautiful little something, this is what we give away. And again, skincare samples are amazing because you want them to start on your skincare. Always give them a chocolate, something sweet, because when they open that, they're going to, have that dopamine hit. They're going to remember you and their experience 12% better. Okay. And they'll always remember you. Jeremy, I love you so much. Absolutely. If you give them or gift them something, this is our sign up bonus. Then the other thing you're going to have at the front desk is you are going to have a brochure about your membership, and you are going to have the QR code for Repeat MD on that brochure. The reason is people still like print collateral, but you got to drive them to the app because that drives their purchasing behaviors, and purchasing behaviors are going to drive your revenue. If they are a member, you can do a members only flash sale. You put that flash sale on at 10 a.m. on a Friday and you leave it on for 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever it is. You're making money on Saturday night, Sunday night when you're closed. That is the biggest bonus with Repeat MD app, is generating revenue outside of office hours. Okay. So these are some top tips and pearls about sign up bonus and your milestone bonuses on what you're going to gift. Okay. So moving on, your monthly and quarterly draws. Have a draw barrel, have a drum barrel, you can get the cute little ones that are gold, like a little drum barrel off of Amazon. Look at all the things we're supporting Jeff Bezos for. And we have Amazon Prime, so we've got a membership to him. He's doing real well. You want to be doing as well as he is, okay? So memberships, that's where they're at. So monthly or quarterly draws. This has to be for members only, or like I said, you do a draw for everybody, but members get double the balance. So you could do it for all app users, members only. You want to display the prize, okay? You want to either display that behind the front desk, whatever it is. Say you're doing a Louis Vuitton wallet, okay? You want to do that. If you're doing a service, you are going to, I know, you and me both, Jer, you and me both. And so when we look at having it on display, you're going to have it on your TV loop that is in your patient lounge. If you're not familiar with the terminology patient lounge, we don't call it a waiting room anymore because luxury patients do not wait to spend money with us. So we call it a patient lounge. You're going to have it on the TV in your patient lounge. Hey, this month's sign up bonus is, this month's monthly draw for members is. We want to say, why does it pay to be a member at 123 Dermatology? Is because you get stacked with these different benefits. So you want to display the prize. You want to email database blast. You want a text blast. You want a social media video of what you're giving away this month. You want to pin your videos. Your pinned videos on Instagram. The very first one should be about you. The very next one should be about our app. You want to save money? Download our app. The link is in our link tree. Okay. Then the third one is going to be your memberships. Did you know we love to trade you loyalty for savings? We love to get you two things. We love to get you results and we love to get you savings. Let me tell you a little bit about our membership. None of that is salesy. All of it is educational. If you are not doing that, it is a huge miss. Also, you want to have your membership on your website. And if you don't want to explain your membership on your website because you think competitors are going to copy you, just say we've got so many perks and benefits and savings and monthly draws and priority booking, all of these things, a members only event once a year. Click this link. Make it be your link to your app, okay? Drive people to your app. That's where they're going to get that purchasing buyer behavior, and they're going to start purchasing with you outside of business hours. Then you want to stack that excitement. Not only do you get whatever it is that you have it set up for, $25 when you download the app, $50 when you download the app, you get this when you download the app. You also get our very best prices, our perks and benefits in the app. That's where all our promotions happen. It's where you get savings on our membership. We do our referrals program in there. That is why you're driving it to the sleek, sexy app that you have. Okay. Utilize and stack the excitement. And you get entered in to win $10,000 every quarter given away by Repeat MD. Piggyback and stack those exciting things. The amount of people that have the Repeat MD app that do not mention on their social media, on their Instagram, hey, did you know you're entered in to win when you purchase in the app $10,000 a quarter? Repeat MD is giving that away. You're not giving that away. Repeat's giving it for you. Epic. Okay. So piggyback and stack those. Now let's talk about the membership benefits for the patient. It's a freaking lottery win, okay? It offers an affordable monthly payment that is very attractive and manageable. They can hide it better from their spouse, okay? Any of those anything $199, $299 at tops, that flies under the husband radar real easy. Oh, what is this charge on our credit card every month? Like, are you buying into that med spa? Oh no, that's just my acne facial. Every month I go for an acne facial. And so I pay a membership, and then your forehead doesn't move and he doesn't notice anyway, and you have no acne. So that's how you can explain it under that husband radar. Okay. So the ability to hide it. Okay. We help our patients hide things. Okay. So savings on perks and services, they get more bang for their buck. You want to wait for a sale? We know in this industry, our shit's expensive. We know that. So here's a great way to save with us. You can do our a la carte, and it's our most expensive and our least popular. Or you could do our savings, okay? I'm going to get into more terminology and verbiage around that as well. So you also do perks, flash sales, draws, free stuff, okay? That's what you do in your membership. All about the enticements. You save it for your members. And then we know members are coming in 2.5. This is a Repeat MD stat that I want you to know. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 Repeat MD stats because I freaking love them. So first stat, they are coming in 2.5 times more in an annual year, so almost 3 times more a year to spend money with you when they're a member. The other stat that blows my socks off, blows my hair back is if you look at the data, members on average are spending 44% more annually than non-members. And I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you folks, it is girl math. Okay. If I am unlocking savings on everything and this is the regular price, in my mind, I have already justified that spend of regular price. So if I get it for, I'm saving $80 on it, I'm going to take that serum, right? I'm making money. Okay. With the membership. That's how us ladies figure this stuff out. Okay. So what is the talk track for the team around memberships? So when you're talking memberships to your patient, you're going to say, with the plan I've created for you, Susan, let me tell you a little bit about the ways that you can purchase with us. It's my job to ensure that you've got all the information you need to make an informed decision. Okay. No salesiness. Okay. It is my job to make sure you know everything on our ways to purchase with us. So we've got 3 different ways, and I'm going to go over those. The 2 things we love to do here at 123 Dermatology is we love to give you great results and we love to give you savings. So let me tell you a little bit about our membership. So being easy to do business with, you're going to say, we offer 3 different options to serve you best. We've got our a la carte service menu, which is our most expensive and our least popular. The reason it's our least popular is because it's our most expensive. Make a joke. Okay. Then it's bundles and packages. You could do these in some savings, either a value add or a savings of a percentage off. Okay. But you pay for them up front. Okay. So you do get savings, but it's a lump sum payment up front if you want to do our packages or our bundles. Then we've got our most popular, our most robust option for perks and savings. And that does require a little bit of a commitment, and it is our memberships. Let me tell you what they unlock. And then you rattle off all the different things: savings on products, savings on services, entered into win every month. Maybe you have members only get walk-in talks. They don't need an appointment if they're a member. If you've got an injector that's got room in their schedule, maybe walk-in talks. Okay. We did that at the Face Institute. It was super cute. We did it Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. So we called it WTF, walk-in talks, but also WTF. You know what that stands for, don't you? And so it was super cute. It went over really, really well. So why are we getting that recurring revenue? Because it's predictable. Predictable revenue allows us to do a lot more and sleep at night. So that's how you would relay that to a patient. Okay. So easy ways to close on the membership. This is the biggest thing. People educate in this industry all day long and everybody's freaking sales adverse. All the medical professionals are sales adverse. They don't want to be salesy. This is not salesy. Use this verbiage and terminology. It's an easy way to close on these memberships. Most of our patients, so use all-inclusive language. Most of our patients take advantage of the premium savings. What kind of savings? Premium savings and perks. So they go with our membership instead of doing one-off treatments. Okay. So even that language makes it sound like the memberships are premium and the one-off treatments, one-off sounds very, bargain bin basement. So then the next one, the membership is a great way to achieve your desired results with saving the most amount of money. It's all in the delivery, folks. I am telling you, I could sell memberships all day long in my sleep. It has to be ingrained in your team for verbiage and terminology. Another one, the membership has the most robust perks and savings. So our patients tend to go with that over our much higher priced a la carte products and services. Talk about the elephant in the room. Be easy to talk about money. It's our job. It doesn't matter what the patient spends their money on. It's not our business. Our business is to tell them how to save money in doing it. If they want to give us all their money and they want to do an a la carte treatment, amazing. Thank you so much. We will take every cent of your money that we're asking for. And if you're willing to pay it, amazing. Pay full price. I love it. Thank you so much. Right? So ask for the business. That's the big takeaway here. Would you like to go the VIP savings route, or the higher priced a la carte route? And then shut your gorgeous face and let them answer. Okay. You don't dance around it and keep talking yourself out of it. Let them answer. Which way would you like to go? The VIP savings or the a la carte route that's more expensive? Right? Easy. We can do everything right. But if we do not close, we will not sell shite. Okay. See that duck with that dollar bill in his bill? He's taking his bills elsewhere if we educate and we don't close. Okay. So mindful of that. Then when we talk memberships, we want to make sure we've got team training. We want KPIs. Okay. So membership workshop training is a must. We're going to put the link to my workshops and Jeremy's workshops. We are doing these workshops, folks, literally now daily. They are live workshops that you can jump on. If your team has a cancellation, get them to jump on one of these workshops. These are covered by Repeat MD. I will tell you my hourly rate to do consulting, $600 an hour outside of Repeat MD. Office hours that Jeremy and I do, that is covered by Repeat MD. It's basically profit strategies and consulting. We'll put our links in there for our growth workshops. Seriously, so good. And for our workshops, for me to do a workshop outside of Repeat MD, for myself, even like Jared Rohr, Terry Ross, any of us that are doing masterclasses for Repeat MD, you are paying us, if it's outside of Repeat MD, a minimum of $2,500 for 1 hour of a workshop. So take advantage of these. These are covered by Repeat MD for you. And like literally your monthly Repeat MD payment is worth its weight in gold to get access to all of this stuff. Okay. Love you so much. So team training, creating goals and targets individually and as a team. Now, if you do a monthly team meeting, which you should be doing a monthly meeting and a weekly huddle with your team, every single week, we want to know how many new people joined our membership, how many people dropped out for churn. Okay. These are things that the whole entire team needs to know. Your team needs to know this stuff because they can't help you. If you just say, hey, we need to sell more memberships, you're going to sound like a broken record over time. You are going to say, hey, team, this is how many memberships we have. This is our goal this month is to get 10 more, 15 more, 20 more, whatever it is. Then when we hit this goal, maybe we're going to do whatever the goal is going to be. Maybe everybody gets an extra $100 Visa gift card this month if we hit this number. Maybe you're bougie and you're doing real well. And if you hit a certain amount of membership sales, everybody gets to go to a conference. Okay. People really love education. Maybe everybody gets $500 towards education. Set these goals and targets up for your team to be able to achieve these together. So then team perks. Quarterly. They don't even need to be monthly. Maybe you're going to hit a quarterly target. Okay. Include the data in their quarterly performance reviews. How many people have you talked about the membership to? Okay. Repeat MD has a feature that you have in your app that's accessible to you to say which service provider helped you in the app. If you do not have that turned on, it's something that I would look at turning on so they can choose a service provider who helps them in the app, whether they're helping them in the app or in the clinic. It's a drop down. Okay. So then you can say, oh, this many people checked out using your name in the Repeat MD app. This is how many people you talked to about the membership. Are you a revenue generating business builder or are you a paycheck collector that works at the clinic? Okay. We want revenue generating business builders, no paycheck collectors. Okay. So your marketing, you need to make marketing essential when you have a membership. You are going to have print collateral. I already talked to you about the brochure. So here's a brochure. You've got to have the QR code on the back side of that brochure because they can learn about your membership all day long, but they got to have the QR code to get your membership in Repeat MD. Okay. So print collateral, digital assets. If you have the TV loop, if you've got anything like that, a stand-up banner in your patient lounge, tell us, here's the membership. Scan this QR code to make sure that you get all the perks and benefits. Okay. Stand-up banner, sandwich boards. You could have your staff wear a pin or a brooch that says, ask me about the savings with our membership. We love to get you 2 things here at 123 Dermatology. We love to give you great results and we love to save you money. Ask about our membership. Okay. Monthly newsletter, all about the membership. Members draw this month is this. Oh, you're not a member yet? Click this link right here to become a member today. Don't pay full price. But if you want to pay full price, we'll gladly take your money. Haha. Make something funny. Make it light. Okay. But make it direct and truthful. Okay. Then maybe you want to do a blog. Make sure you are doing social media posts. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about social media in 2026. If your entire team is not liking, commenting, and sharing to their stories your every post that the clinic makes, I want you to reserve raises and bonuses for those people who take the 30 seconds to like and comment on your stuff. In fact, to me, if you're working for me, I will tell you, it's a little Miranda Priestley, but I'll tell you it works. If you're working for me, do not ever come and ask me for a raise or a bonus if you are not liking and commenting on our social media. Thank you so much. Grab your purse. Today's your last day. Love you so much. Then website visibility. Moving on. We want to make sure that on your website, you have got a clickable link, something that says save with our memberships. Click here to find out more. So it is a feature. Maybe you want it as a banner. Maybe you want it as a pop-up. Have you checked out our memberships? Would you like to save money on your visits with us? Download our app and you'll save money immediately. That's an immediate reward that they're getting. Okay. So you want to make sure perks, price, everything. If you don't want price on your menu, then you could put price in the app. You're going to have pricing. So if you don't want to have that on your website, it'll be in your app. So utilize those things. Sign up at the top, middle, bottom of your page. Always want that clickable link. Sign up to save. Sign up to save. Call to action. Visibility on your website. I want to share with you some client love because I can talk about how great we are all day long, how great memberships are, how great repeat is. Okay. I absolutely will tell you the reason that I love this is because it allows people to make money 24/7. Okay. So client love, I'm going to share. This is an actual client of mine for consulting and of Repeat MDs. They did not do a membership launch, but they launched their membership December 26th of this past year. Okay. December 26th. And we pulled this data on January 22nd. They had done in 28 days, 64 memberships. We are now at over 200 memberships. And that is the monthly recurring revenue and the annual recurring revenue, because we do have memberships that are annual memberships as well as monthly memberships. So I will tell you, this is the proof of a back-end dashboard. Okay. So actual client message. I know if you can't read it, I did it in bold. I know it's Sunday. This is to my phone. I know it's Sunday, but I'm happy about this and I can't stop looking at it. We started January 4th with 4 memberships. By January 25th, we had 37 memberships. She's elated because this allows her to sleep better at night. In the consulting that I did with this client, I am telling you, we were worried. Okay. We did not have recurring revenue. Every single month was a struggle. Like 4 new med spas opened up right around her. Nobody had the Repeat MD app yet. And so I was like, okay, here's what we got to do. You got to get in memberships. I got to do a team training for you on utilization of the app, how you're going to do business to business marketing. And we got to put a focus on your memberships. We need to make sure that we streamline these to be easy to sell, easy for your patient to say yes. Okay. So another one here, actual message from a client. She even screenshot some stuff. I launched my first promo this morning for her members. She said, I haven't even been to work yet and I made $3,000. She's rolling in laughing about it, but she's rolling in money. Okay. She first got her Repeat MD app, first did a launch of her first promotion to her members. And this is what she got, the actual screenshot that I was sent. So I am telling you, this works. So let's look at, if you have a membership, some red flags that your membership is not working. Any patient complaints about it, any high churn rates, your churn rates, you can check your churn rate data in the back dashboard of Repeat MD. It should be 3 to 5%. Anything higher than 5% churn, we need to do an audit. So we need to have a chat. You want to jump on my calendar and we want to get an office hours profit strategy session booked and take a look at it. Okay. Stalled revenue. Okay. If you're not getting membership adoption, if you have low staff adoption, again, if your staff is not talking about memberships in their consultations, they're doing you a disservice. Okay. They're doing themselves a disservice. All right. So another thing is banking and people never using it. So this is something I hear a lot. That is where that monthly draw comes in. You could do a monthly draw for members. Maybe you do a secondary monthly draw and you say all members that spend their banked dollars every month is entered in to win this draw, but you have to be spending your banked dollars. incentives and enticements. That's where it's at to get them to spend their money. And then here's the thing. Here's a red flag. I didn't even know you had a membership. That means you got shite marketing and a lack of visibility. Okay. So you need to make sure that you are Instagram, website, email based, text message, all of these things to get your membership out there. But do a membership audit if you have one, and make sure your membership is good. Make sure it's profitable. Make sure it's enticing for people to purchase. Okay. So let's look at your launch event when you're doing a membership. So I know we're getting close and we want to save time for questions and answers. So I'm going to fly through this. If you didn't do a membership launch, maybe you need to do a relaunch. Maybe you need to do a VIP event where you invite members and their beauty bestie. Okay. So pre-planning a launch event, you want to make sure 6 to 12 weeks in advance you're doing a full run of show. You are planning it out. You cannot throw a good event together in less than 4 weeks, okay? So 6 to 12 weeks to plan a really kick-ass membership event. Then you set a clear revenue goal. For the event, are we doing 25K? Are we doing up to 200K? What are we doing? What's our goal? And making it realistic and achievable. Then RSVPs, you want a guest list. You want to put that together. You want to send out a message to all of your top members, okay? All of your members, but pick your top 5 members. You can pull the data. What have they spent? Get that qualified list, okay? Know your numbers. How many gift bags? What kind of food are we ordering? What kind of capacity do we have? And then define the membership offer. You want to make print collateral. You want to have every duck in a row ready to launch this new membership. Maybe you've got memberships, but you're launching a beauty bank, okay? So create a limited time incentive. You want to do event only draws, bonuses that are strictly at the event, added perks that are strictly at the event. You want to ensure that all staff is trained to sell and close, not just explain. Okay. So you want to role play any objections. There shouldn't be any objections. I don't even teach objection handling as a profit strategist and business consultant, because if you're doing your job, you shouldn't have any objections. Okay. And a patient that brings you too many objections, you want them to go to your competitor. I want you to buy them a gift certificate to somebody you hate. Okay. Send them to be a headache for someone else. All right. Love you so much. Said with love. Okay. So the next thing is membership event momentum checklist. You want to invite your most qualified leads. Your members are your most qualified leads. So your top VIPs, your top spenders, your people that refer the most, you want to invite them a week before you invite anybody else. Give them the VIP treatment. This isn't going to hit social media for another week. We wanted to secure your spot. Because what happens is we throw an event on social media and then all of a sudden it fills up with people that just want to kick tires. They want to come eat your food, enter your draws, and buy not much as a freaking cleanser from you. And then your loyal patients can't get in. So do an event cascade for invites. Okay. And then position the membership as an exclusive, like country club membership. It is not a discount club. You need to make sure that you can explain your membership in about 30 seconds. You need to simplify it. We're trading loyalty for savings. This is what it includes. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. You're capturing your content at the event. You want to make sure that they have checked off a little box when they come in to your event. Hey, we're so excited that you're here. Let me get you on the guest list. I need you to check off that you're okay if we are doing content filming, because you want to use that as FOMO and put it on social media to be like, oh, you missed our event? Well, we're going to extend event pricing in the app only, and you've got 24 hours to take advantage of it if you couldn't get to our clinic. That's again why Repeat MD is amazing, is you're generating revenue 24/7. Okay. Then have a post-event follow-up ready before launch. What are you going to do for your calls, your emails, your text blast notifications? Okay. And then roll out monthly member perks immediately. So you want to reinforce the value. Here's our perks. We're rolling it out. You get an incentive right at the event. Okay. That's going to reduce your churn rates. Whoo! Okay. Time for the recap. I have so much information for you. Okay, so let's recap this. The membership needs to be easy to sell, easy for the patient to say yes. Think about it between a 6 and a 12-month commitment. Anything less, I want you to revise, okay? Or revisit. You don't need to revise it. I'm not saying you all need to change it if you only have a 3-month, 4-month, 5-month membership, but I want you to do the data pull on it, okay? Beauty bank is an option, okay? No matter what kind of tier you have, you can also add a beauty bank for flexibility. Then monthly treatment of choice. If you're going to do that, make sure quick and dirty in 30, and low to no consumable costs, okay? Be mindful of what your treatment of choice is going to be. Then incorporate products, 10% off of your products, even in 3 different tiers. Sometimes you could do 3 different tiers. They get all different savings, but in the tiers, product savings are only 10% in every tier. They don't get additional savings on product. Your profit margins on product, folks, not very big. So I don't like doing, when you're given 20% away on products, you're in a danger zone, my friend. Okay, so be mindful of that. Then after always incorporating your products, you're going to do monthly draws and flash sales for members only. You're going to do some sort of birthday bonus. Again, low consumable cost, high perceived value, quick and dirty, 30 minutes or less, no cosmetic downtime. Book it with the person who has the most room in their schedule. Okay. It doesn't need to be with their regular provider. If it's a perk or a benefit or a bonus, it could be with something else. Then milestone bonuses, make sure you are taking advantage of those. Pull that lever in your Repeat MD app. Then the deal of the day, maybe you do a deal of the day for slow months for members only. Members get to take advantage of this deal. Okay. Sign up swag. You want to make sure that you've got a swag bag for sign up, even if it's small. Okay. Then special members events. Have 1 event a year for members only. Then booking priorities. Maybe you give them first chance at booking priorities. We're opening our December schedule. Everybody's going to be racing to it. So we're opening it for members to book only first. Then seasonal gifts. I love a gift with purchase or something at Christmas, holiday season, whether that's silk sleep masks, it could be silk pillowcases, anything. Absolutely amazing. Then complimentary upgrades. If you're a member, maybe somebody's got time in their schedule. Hey, you know what? I had a cancellation. I've got a little bit of time. I would love to give you a complimentary upgrade today because you're a loyal member. Okay. Utilize those things. Don't make it be a hole in the schedule. Turn it around. Have that glass half full with your ideas of what you're going to do if the schedule falls apart. Okay. Then team incentives. If we hit this many memberships, we are going to do this as a team. You could also do your anniversary renewal perks. Say your membership is 1 year. At your anniversary, we're going to do a milestone bonus of, okay? If you get an anniversary and they're sticking with you longer than their term, gift them something. Gift them something good. Maybe it's a sunscreen. Maybe it's something that is provided. Maybe they get, something a little bigger given by your vendor or your rep. Okay. So that's your musts, your recap musts. Folks, I would love to stay in contact with you. Please jump on the Calendly link. I also have a podcast that is members only. I talk a lot about Repeat MD, literally tips and pearls for Repeat MD almost on every episode. I've got 100 episodes in there. You can get a Repeat MD promo code because I love my repeat folks. It's another level of service that you get is getting a promo code to get this consulting. It's profit strategies and consulting every single week, 100 episodes. The promo code is Repeat MD 2026. It's very easy and you'll save on that members only podcast. It's pure consulting. I don't have guests. I don't have anything like that. It's literally pure consulting and profit strategies every week. Team, I could not be more excited to share this information with you. We can do some Q&As. If you have not jumped on one of mine or Jeremy's growth workshops, again, Phil Sitter's paying for this. If you should take advantage of it because it is absolutely amazing. He is gifting you all of these profit strategies, these workshops, master classes. Literally take advantage of them. Jeremy and I are doing them anyway. Literally, Jeremy and I talk about it. If we won the lottery, we'd still be here. I'd be dripping in diamonds and I would be eating lobster, but I would still be here. I would still be doing this because I want to see you win. You can win with memberships. You can win with promotions, and you can absolutely win with Repeat MD if you have the blueprint. And a lot of folks that don't do well just don't have the blueprint. Take advantage of this. It is at your fingertips and the cost is covered. So I love you so much. We can open it, Jeremy. Is there anything you want to add? I just steamrolled that.
No, I mean, you did such a great job. I think there's so many like gems here that people can take away from this and use in their practice, like starting tomorrow, right? And again, just to reiterate what you said about our workshops, right? This is a lot of stuff and I hope you guys use every bit of it, but it's a lot. So if you don't, it's okay. Get a couple things going. And if you need more, that's why we have our workshops. Join us for those workshops, me or Leisa. I'm more on the Repeat MD side, like how to train up your team on Repeat MD, how to push the buttons and things like that and get it working in the app, along with a little strategy. But Leisa's going to be there for all of your strategy, right? So anytime you need that extra little boost, no matter where you are in your journey, that's what we're here for, right?
100%. And two, team training. Jeremy's been with Repeat MD since its inception. Okay. He knows this app functionality inside, outside, backwards. And guys, there's new features that are released with Repeat MD. And these are things that your team needs to know. So if you've got a new team member, instead of you training them on the app, let them jump on Jeremy's team training. He's a wizard. I'm telling you, I learned something new about the app every single time I join one of his team trainings. Let him do the training for your team. And if you haven't had a team training recently, order in pizza for the team, make it a lunch and learn and join one of our workshops. Or if you're all being skinny on GLP-1s, order salads with protein. I don't care what you order for food. I just want you to show up, because these are going to help you from a revenue generation standpoint. And again, blueprint, profit strategies. And now I used to only do these master classes, and I would only be on these every once in a while. And Jeremy would do trainings for team once in a while. Now we see that there is a huge opt-in for this, and people really want the blueprint. They're like, oh, if they're struggling at all, the last thing we want you to do is struggle. So that's why Jeremy and I have now opened our calendars. As a profit strategist and business consultant, I actually don't even do consulting for people that don't have the Repeat MD app anymore. I have paused my private practice, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I can't unsee the success of the Repeat MD app. If you don't have it, it's actually very painful for me to do consulting for you, because you don't have the capability to do automation for everything. So I literally said to Phil, I want to do consulting literally just for Repeat MD clients, because you can't unsee the success. And the app is the same framework for everyone. And this is something I want to end on. The app is the same framework. The only thing that's different is your logo, your service menu. The functionality is the same. So why are people like Chris Balby doing millions, literally millions in the app? And then some people can't even do $1,000 a month in the app. I'll tell you, the framework's the same. The blueprint is what you're missing. And these workshops are the blueprint. So don't let me catch you in a Facebook comment or a post that says that this doesn't work for you, because you're embarrassing yourself. Don't join that community.
Especially if you haven't joined us for a workshop, because
Exactly.
You're just setting yourself back. You never, gave it a shot.
Yeah, be accountable. It's like buying a laser and then not getting training on the laser and being like, this laser is not making us any money. Well, duh. We're here to help you. Let us help you make that money. So join our workshops. Jeremy, love you so much. Thank you for this. And team, thank you for joining us. Thank you for setting aside your time. We can open it to questions, or if there's any.
Do we have any questions? Like, throw them in the chat. Like, go in the chat right now. Send us some questions. We'll get them answered for the next few minutes, and then we can go on our happy way.
Yeah, absolutely. We can wish you well. And two, if there isn't any questions that you think of now, please use those links for Calendly and book with us on those strategy calls. All the calls are group sessions. So unfortunately, there's no one-on-ones, but we have found in doing these that the group sessions actually provide a lot more information. Isn't that right, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's something cool. And real quick, Fahim, yes, this is being recorded. We'll be getting this shared out to you all, so you can share it with your team, most definitely. But yes, it's very cool. So a couple things that happens, like whenever we do this group style, like we'll have someone saying like, hey, I wanted to improve how I use this with my EMR, and I use XYZ EMR. And I'm like, hey, unfortunately, I'm not an XYZ EMR expert. I can give you some ideas, but then we'll have someone, that's also, and they'll say, hey, I have XYZ EMR. This is what I do. And it's really cool. It's like little behind the scenes things that you won't get if it's just a one-on-one session, right? Because other people have gone through similar situations that you have, and they usually will lift you up and help.
Yeah, I love that. And we find that often it's really helpful. People will chime in, and it's like a big brainstorming session with everybody, multiple practices. And then sometimes you do luck out and get a one-on-one, and that can also be pretty cool too for the profit strategy sessions.
Yeah, so absolutely, Julie. And yeah, those are fun. But yeah, please join us anytime. They're great. Don't be shy of working with other practices in the same place as you. Kevin, for the more capital constrained that can't yet right now fund a big event launch with the bells and whistles, any advice for promotions and whatnot to kickstart and get off the ground to work towards being able to launch a proper membership with events and all?
Yes, absolutely, Kevin. Thank you for that question. And what I would do is concentrate on some business to business marketing around you. So I talk about this in workshops where if you can utilize the website, you can utilize your social media channels and things like that. I love business to business. If you've got print collateral. Now, Jeremy, if we stop sharing, can I just show, if we stop sharing the presentation, does it make us bigger?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
And if
so
you want to turn off your background so they can see what you hold up, you can as well. Just hit the little camera caret and then go to choose virtual background and then hit the little circle with a line through it.
There we go. Okay, now you can
There
see
you go.
it, right? Okay, so with the print collateral, I love doing up something on your membership because print collateral does not cost a lot, okay? But you want it to be good print collateral. I mean, you don't want this to be on like a flyer or like one ply toilet paper. You got to spend some money. We want this to look good, okay? So you've got your welcome to our membership, and then inside the membership, this is Julie Weiss. I love her so much. I do practice direction for her. She's the Face Institute, beautiful inside and out. She's a nurse practitioner. She does an amazing job of her membership promotions. She was one of the stats that I showed you from an actual client. So she does a little, here's what I've created for you, is curated access and a program designed just for you. Then she's got all about the VIP membership benefits, and look at what's here, the Repeat MD QR code, because that's how you're going to get that membership. And so where we love to get you results, we love to give you savings. So what I would love is if you do print collateral, take this out to different businesses. Maybe you're going to take this out and you're going to also have a beautiful portfolio that is pearlized or whatever it is for you. I've got this one embossed, and inside that print collateral, you're going to stop by, and you're going to stop by with cookies or donuts or something sweet, because then psychology of sales, they remember you 12% better. You're going to go by and you're going to say, we have a partnership prestige program. I would love to introduce you to it. And here's a little bit about the staff. This is a little bit about our prestige program, a little bit about our membership. So I've included all this stuff in here. So I would love for to have a sit down, but in the meantime, I'm going to drop you these off, and we would love to see you and help you on your journey for your join us for your aesthetic journey, whatever it is. Scan this QR code, and then on the donuts, I'm going to put the QR code to Repeat MD, and I'm going to put, enjoy this sweet treat from our business to yours. Scan this QR code, get $25 towards your first treatment with us, and also let us tell you about how we can save money with memberships. So if you don't have a huge budget to do an event, I would start out with peer-to-peer. I would start out with business to business. And so you can spend money on good print collateral. Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's more going to cost you time. But I will tell you, you can get more qualified leads by doing that. And what I would tell that person, so say I'm going to bring my brochure to a hair salon, okay? Hair salons are fabulous. So in the partnership, you're going to say, I would love to give you this promo code for, maybe this hair salon is called the Hair Baron, okay? And at the Hair Baron, I have created Hair Baron 10 as a promo code, a private promo code in Repeat MD, and I'm going to give them each one of these cards that say, you know, a link to QR code for Repeat and the Hair Baron promo code. And I'm going to say, anybody who works here, I am going to let you get member pricing without having to be a member. And what I would love for that in exchange is, on all of your mirrors at your salon, I would love you to, I'm going to make up these QR codes, and I'm going to say on this, what would go great with your fabulous new haircut is a refreshed face. Scan this QR code to receive $25 towards your first treatment at 123 Dermatology. So you need to think, this is, again, profit strategies. How am I going to utilize this app and the QR code, the genius QR code for Repeat MD, and the download that you can get, and then they're a client? How am I going to use that outside of the practice? The Repeat MD code is amazing. And this is, again, generating business 24/7. So the people saying it doesn't work, it only doesn't work for them because they're not thinking out of the box and they don't have the blueprint. So that's what I would do, Kevin. I think that that would be something that you could definitely do to generate revenue in order to do an event. Yeah, my pleasure.
Kevin, I just want to double down on that, because Lisa's 100% right. That's exactly what you should do. And like, let's double down and multiply those results by once you have your memberships built in your app, right? They're good to go. They're in the app. They're ready. You went out to these businesses and you're approaching them, getting them, you know, just like Lisa said, in your app, also run a limited time offer. Maybe it's for the first 30 days. Maybe it's for 2 weeks. So whatever you want to do for a promotion towards your memberships, like 50% off your first month of membership. If your commitment period's long enough, I would say your first month of membership free, right, to get people signed up. But again, if you do that, make sure your commitment period's at least 4 to 6 months long. So that way you can guarantee some revenue out of that when people sign up with a big discount, right? So that way, whenever you're bringing in all these new people, you have your memberships going, and there's also great promotion to get them started on membership, make it a no-brainer for them, right? So that would be my 2 cents there, just to multiply your results from those efforts.
Love that so much. Love that so much. And then there's lots of other business to business marketing and things that I cover off in the workshop for that one is boosting.
App signups?
Yep, boosting app signups. That's the one. Thanks, Jeremy. You know them better than I do, and I've been doing them nonstop. So that one, boosting app signups, absolutely phenomenal. I love doing them in this sequence. I love Jeremy's team training. So you've got app navigation, and then doing the boosting signups, then memberships, then promotions. It doesn't matter what order, as long as you're doing them. Those are 4 absolute gems of all of this, tips, pearls, and how to be successful. Awesome question, Kevin. Thank you so much.
I love it. Yeah. Last couple minutes here. 1 or 2 questions at the buzzer. Anyone else?
Yeah, happy to help.
But yeah, just asking this stuff. People might. Kevin, thank you. We need more people like you, because people get nervous when it comes to asking questions. Don't be nervous. We're all trying to learn.
Literally, just throw them in the chat. Go. Exactly, right? This is what we need to do. Get on these. We're happy to help you, Kevin. Literally. I'll take calls morning to night to help you. That's one of the things is Jeremy and I, there's people that get into this for money. Jeremy and I are in this for love. We're in this day or night, rain or shine, doesn't matter, because we want you to be successful. That's what is our dopamine hit, is when we get these text messages that are like, oh my gosh, I put this into practice. And just like Vanessa, I made $3,000 before I went into the clinic this morning with my first promotion for my memberships. Like, love it. We love that. That's what we want to do. We want to help. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's the type of bonus that I like to get, is seeing y'all succeed. So I love to see that. Great. Well, if there's no other questions, y'all, we'll let you get on with your night. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Leisa, thank you for absolutely crushing it like you always do.
Love you so much.
Yeah, join us on our workshops. Yeah, love you too, Leisa. We're business besties.
Business besties, just changing the world, one Repeat MD client at a time, making you money, scaling that practice. Okay. Team, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Chat soon.